We're going to use the Penguin Club, our demo site today. As you can see, this is the Penguin Club. We use it on most of our webinars. Just a reminder, whenever you have to log into your space, you go to the URL of your organization. Oftentimes, right when you're getting started, it would be penguinclub.member.buzz, unless you do that custom URL. And then you just log in at the top right corner. So you always want to make sure that your space's name is right here. So I'm just going to log in right now. And we have some really exciting new releases coming out later today, and another release next week. There's going to be a lot more functionality, a lot more ability to edit the way that this top bar looks, and some other fun design features. So we'll make sure to do a webinar next month to tell you all about that, and we'll also send out an email. So as you can see, I just logged in, and you can see my name right here as the user, and this is how I can navigate to my dashboard. So this is the front end of your space. You can see for the Penguin Club, we haven't really designed too much of the front end, just because we use it mainly to focus on the back end functionality. So I'm just going to navigate to my dashboard. You can also always navigate to your dashboard by putting in your URL /dashboard. If you're somebody who wants to bookmark that, just make sure you're logged in when navigating there. So the first thing that we're going to start talking about today are going to be permissions. So what makes Member.buzz really a powerful tool is the ability to have different pieces of content managed and viewed by different types of people. So, you know, you can have a website, you can make a website anywhere, that's amazing. But oftentimes, if you want somebody to come onto the back end of your website, you don't want them to touch everything. You don't want them to mess things up. You don't want them to accidentally make a mistake. So you want to give people the proper permissions to work within your space, because Member.buzz isn't just a website. It's, you know, your financials. It's where you send invoices. It's where you pay your employees. It's where you track all of your membership fees and dues. Sometimes you have sensitive information about members or sensitive fields that you only want certain people to view and edit and manage. It's all of your memberships, it's processing returns, all these types of things. It's really important to make sure that you have the proper permissions in place so people, you know, don't mess things up. So we're just going to start, and we're going to go to the members tab. So things are going to be changing on the sidebar, making it a little bit more intuitive. Like I said, we'll send out an email about that. But right now, I'm just going to go to members right here in the people tab. And I'm also just going to, I'm just going to duplicate this, and I'm going to head over and open up memberships right now so we can come back to that in the future. So this is the members portal. A quick trick that I like to do is I just like to expand this so you don't have to go from page to page. This way you can kind of see a lot of the people that are signed up at once. What we're going to do is we're actually going to go in and we're going to edit Stuart. So Stuart also works at Member.buzz, and he usually is an organizer, but yesterday I was playing around with this and I made him a member to test some stuff out before the webinar. So all his information is up here. We'll talk about these custom fields in a bit, and we'll talk about tags in a bit as well. But on the basis, the first thing that you have to do is when somebody signs up for your space, regardless of what membership, they come in as a member. And a member is what I would say most people in your organization are going to be, even if they have certain special extra positions or permissions. And that's because at Member.buzz, all of our permissions are positive permissions. That means that instead of giving somebody a certain amount of access and then taking away their access for certain fields, we give people a a base amount of access as a member and then add permission. So we grant them extra access based on 3 different groupings: by membership, by tags, and by taxonomies, also by user, and we'll talk about that later. So if you want someone to be an organizer, that means that they're a space organizer. They have just as many permissions as you. They could even take away your permissions, have them be an organizer. That means that they'll be able to access everything on your space, no restrictions, global access. That's great. They have it all. But if somebody isn't a co-organizer, say they're a board member or even an employee, you want to keep them at member. Now, block's really interesting because block is not necessarily blocking them from your space. It just means that if they are signed in, they lose any extra permissions that members have. They have the same permissions as a visitor, as if they weren't signed in. And you want to use block instead of kind of maybe deleting somebody's membership, because if you change their membership type, that will give them a refund. So in a situation that you want to give them a refund, definitely go in, just change their membership type, and the refund will process and they'll be gone and they'll just be a visitor. But if you, for some reason, just don't want them to access certain things, you want a little bit more customized permission levels, you can definitely have some people as blocked, aka they have a membership, but they can't really access anything special. So for the purpose of this exercise, we're going to keep Stuart as a member today. And we're going to keep him having notifications of this kind of stuff. So I'm just going to press save. So now we're going to go and we're going to look at the first way of kind of grouping members. So like I said, there's 3 ways of grouping people together so they have a similar amount of permissions. For example, you want all of your employees to be able to do certain things on the platform, but maybe not other things. Or you want to have different permissions to different levels of membership. Say you have a VIP membership and those people have access to other events or certain pieces of content that the basic membership does not. So that's how you can kind of do that. And so the 3 ways are by membership, which we'll go over first, by tags, which we'll go over second, and then by taxonomy. And then there's kind of a 4th way, which you can do by user. And we recommend kind of grouping people together. So it's when updates are made for the group, it makes sense. And that's an easier way to keep track of things. But by all means, if there's one situation where you just have to give one member access to one thing, you can definitely do it that way. And that's by user. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is creating membership. As you can see, I've navigated to the membership tab in the content folder. And all you have to do is you just have to do a little plus button right here. And we're going to name the membership. So we're going to have, I named these yesterday. Let me just look it up. We're going to have a basic membership. We're going to have a nestling membership, a VIP membership, and a super secret membership. And the super secret one is going to be invite only. So that's going to be exciting. So we're going to start with the nestling one because I think the basic one is already created. So nestlings, and this is kind of like for the young penguins. They're not adult penguins yet. They don't have that much money. So, but we really want to get them involved in the group. So for the young penguins who are just getting started in the world. And what's cool about this is these penguins get 50% off discount on all events and merchandise. So it's still going to be a paid membership just because, you know, we want them to be involved, but we're going to make it a little bit more affordable. So we're going to make it $50 a month. The Penguin Club's a little bougie, so it's still pretty expensive, but you should see the VIP membership. So now we get the option to auto renew and auto renew receipt. This is a really cool feature. basically when somebody signs up for a membership, they put all their card information in there, it gets saved. If you want it to be on auto renew for every month, just charges them every month. If you want them to get a warning before you charge them, you have to turn this auto renew receipt on. And that way that will give them a warning before their credit card is charged and a receipt after their credit card is charged. If you don't want them to see that, if you just want it to renew, and you make that clear to them, you can turn this auto renew receipt off and it will just continue on. In the situation that somebody doesn't want to continue receiving or with your membership, you might have to go back and process a refund. So it might be a little bit more work for you, but it depends on what works for your organization. This is not going to be invite only. This is going to be pretty available to everyone. And we're going to add a discount here because they receive a discount on all merchandise. So we'll just add that. And then the fields and permissions are interesting. If you want to have a custom field for this membership when somebody signs up, so say you want to know their age or how many years they've been out of college or what their university was, you can definitely do that there, and then that will actually go into the members page, so you can already start gathering information. And then with permissions, that's not actually giving permissions to these members, it's giving other people in the organization permissions to manage memberships, and we'll go over that in a second once we create all the memberships. So we're not going to have a start and end date. I don't think it will be stackable, but we'll just have 50% off, and we'll just tag it if somebody is under 5. Oh. Or if they're official. Great. Cool. So that's our first membership that we made. We're going to make 2 more, VIP and super secret. So I'm just going to do that really quickly. Create. And then I'll get going on some of those permissions. And then I just wanted to pop in here really quick and show you this basic membership. This is the default membership that comes with your space. You can absolutely delete it if you don't want to have any free membership, but it is nice to know that it's checked as default. So that means if anybody ever wants to downgrade their membership, it will automatically downgrade to default. So if you do delete that, you might want to make a different membership your default membership, just to make things a little bit easier for the back end of the system. So this next membership is going to be the VIP membership. This is also going to be paid, and it's actually going to be $500 a month. Crazy, I know, but it's a very exclusive club. We're just going to have auto renew on. We're not going to give them a receipt, and we're not going to do any discounts. So that's that. And then the last one we're going to do is actually going to be a exclusive super secret membership. And we're going to call it super secret and exclusive invite only. And that's going to be paid, and that's actually going to be $1,000 a month. The Penguin Club has a lot of perks, and it's the only membership club among the Penguins, so it's really important that they pay what it's worth. And then what's cool about this is we're going to actually add a custom field, and we're going to ask who their reference is, because you need a reference to get this type of membership. Not only is it invite only, you need to have references so we can kind of follow up with those other members and make sure that this new person is going to be a good fit for the super secret membership. So this is just a form field. If you don't have any experience with our forms, you just kind of click which or choose which field you want. I'm going to change it to memo just so people can write a little bit more. And I'm going to say references. I can't spell, sorry guys. Please include 3 super secret references. All right, and this is absolutely required. So I'm just going to press create. And then once I press create here, I'm going to press create again for the entire membership. Great. So we have, oh no, that's fine. looks good to me. So we have all of our memberships. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you how you can give these memberships certain permissions. And that way, everybody with this type of membership type will have that permission. So I'm going to go over to events. And I'm going to go to the global event settings. And I'm going to go to roles. And I'll talk a little bit more about this part up here in a bit. But right now, I'm just going to go down to this event roles. And I'm going to say by membership. So maybe these super secret membership people actually have the ability to come in and create events. So that's giving them access to the back end of your platform. This is giving somebody permission to create or to organize. This part is giving permission for people to view and engage. So it's kind of two different ideas. One is who can see what and who can engage in what on the front end of the platform. And one is who can create and edit and make changes to on the back end of the platform. And we'll go over this a couple more times. So you can see I just come in here, event roles, make them either a contributor or an administrator. I'm just going to make those people a contributor. They're kind of the elite, so they have a little bit more control over what goes on. All right, and then I am going to show you the membership page that I just created. So I'm going to go to this other Chrome window, and I'm going to go to penguinclub.org, and I'm going to register for a membership, and I'm going to see, the kind of things that I have here. So you can see I come here, and then you can choose which type of membership here. There's the basic, the nestlings. Oh, I forgot to make the super secret private. Look at that. Let me just duplicate this. Membership. So as you can see, you can still see the super secret here. I don't want anyone to be able to register for this. I want it to be super secret, just like it's called. So I have to turn on invite only, and I'll show you guys how to invite as well. All right, so now that's updated. Just do a little refresh over here. And it's gone. So people can only register for the basic membership, the nestlings, or the VIP. And like I said, if you want all of your memberships to be paid, you can absolutely remove that basic, or you can edit it and have a price associated with it. So now when you want to get people to apply for the super secret membership, you can actually send them a membership invitation. And that's done in the members dashboard. So you come over here into the members dashboard and you just do membership invitation, just a little bit of a plus. And we will, if you want to give them an expiration of when they can do it, I'd say you only get a week, and it's the VIP, or it's the super secret. I'll search existing users, but if you didn't want to do that, you can also put in an email yourself, and then I'll send it over to Stuart. So let's see, if I just start typing, I think his name will come up. Stuart. There he is. So he just got a membership invitation, and I sent myself one of these yesterday, so I can show you what it looks like. Nope, that's not it. Great. So this is the Penguin Club branding, little Penguin Club, and then you've been invited to register with the Penguin Club and then register. So they'll get a little bit of a notification like that. But what's really cool about this is you don't have to just send them an email. You can actually copy a notification link and send it to them in an email, or I think that one actually expired. Let me get Stuart. Copy that. Oh no, it's because I'm logged in. I got to do it with someone who's not logged in. So you're registering an invitation sent to Stuart Hartley. You can ignore this. Here we go. Then they can fill it out with all of that. So that is membership invitations. Really cool. And I know this is a lot of layers to permissions, but I'm just going to refresh. We started talking about global permissions, blocked, member, organizer, and then we went a little bit more granular. There's 3 main ways that you can organize groups of people within your organization. You can do it by their membership. Permissions based on these memberships that we just created. You'll see a little bit more about this as we move on. You can do it by tags. That's what we're going to talk about next. And then you can do it by taxonomies. Again, users is almost like a 4th option, but we're going to keep that to the side for now. So we're in memberships. Great. We made our memberships. We sent membership invites. We did some permissions. Now we're going to go back to members and we're going to work on tags. So I'm going to go back to Stuart's profile, and he's still a member, but I want to put him in a group of people or by himself based on a tag. And what's really cool about tags is they're super customizable. So if I want to say, like, you know, loves to swim, that's a tag. Gluten-free is a tag that I made the other day. I'm gluten-free. You know, or employee. You can use tags however you want, and you can use tags on all content types, but tags used in members for members will be an avenue to give people certain permissions. So we're going to do loves to swim and employee. And I'm just going to press save. And I just typed in loves to swim. And I'm also going to type in fishy right here. And that creates a new tag. And I'm going to show you where to edit tags. So you can go up into the settings dialog for almost any type of content. And you can see, first off, custom tags on and off. We're going to keep that on. And then you can actually go to the tags and you can add or delete tags. So say I wanted to delete, you know, loves to swim. I decided I didn't like that tag. When I delete that tag, it will also be gone from Stuart's profile. So we just tagged a member. You can tag multiple members. Say we want to give somebody else some access as well. We'll give Michael Joseph some access as well. So we'll say that he's an employee. And I'm just going to make him a member for this certain exercise, because there's no point to tag an organizer as an employee in terms of permissions, because organizers already have all the permissions. So we're going to just press save there. And then we're going to go to our content type. Let's say articles. Say we don't want members to be able to do anything within articles. We only want people who are tagged employees to have permissions in articles. So we're going to go to the global article setting. Again, it's just up here in the corner, this pop-up box. And we are going to go to roles, and article roles, we're just going to add right here. And we're going to do it by tag. And it's going to be employee is the tag that we decided. And then these people are going to be administrators. So that means that they can do anything in articles. Contributors can add to it. Administrators can add, delete, everything. So we're going to just give them that access. And now, because we gave them that access, everybody in the future that you add the employees tag to will now have that same access. Instead of going in here and adding user by user by user, which you can also do, you can just go here, you can add like a certain user and give them the permissions you want, but tags work too. And then, like I said before, we'd kind of circle back to the memberships. If you want everyone from a certain membership to have editing access, back end editing access as like an organizer of articles, administrator or contributor, that's where you would do it. But usually tags work better. So I'm just going to close that. And that's basically how to use tags as an avenue to group people together and give them access on the back end. The next thing that we're going to talk about is taxonomies. So we're going to go back to the members dashboard, yes. And we're going to go up here into the settings of members, and we're going to click on taxonomies. So taxonomies is something that we had before, and then we added tags, and we thought, okay, tags can replace taxonomies. And so we actually thought we were going to take it away. But recently, actually a couple of spaces have come to us and said, oh no, that makes sense. So we're actually going to make taxonomies even better. So right now you can have different groups of people. And if you just press this little arrow down, you can have different titles. So say you have a board of directors and you want to give them certain permissions, or within the board of directors, you want to give them certain roles. So say you have this in the board, and then these are your employees. So instead of tagging, you can use taxonomies, and you can have a membership director. So that's great. I'm just going to close that. I'm going to go over to Stuart, and I think I already did this yesterday, but I'm just going to show you that I can assign him as the membership director role. And then that role can have certain permissions across the space, very customizable, that you can set up once, assigned to it. So when every year or every 6 months or however your organization works, or your company, or whatever you want it to be, when those roles change, and you just have to change it one place, you have to change it in members, the new person automatically gets the new permissions, and the old person gets the permissions taken away. So that can be something that really helps you, and you can kind of set it all up in one go depending on the roles. And then just like I showed you with the other two, if you just go to content, we're actually going to, let's go to memberships for this one because he's the membership director. You just come in here into roles, and you just add a role right here, and we're adding a taxonomy button right here. You just click taxonomy and drop down, and you can add the role or the group that has certain administrative access. So that's how you give, those are 3 ways, membership, tags, and taxonomies, that you give people access to the back end of your space to help you create, to help run your organization, to do all of the amazing things that Member.buzz has. That's how you do all the permissions. How you change how other people view your stuff is up here at the top of every like little settings module in roles. So we're going to go to the events dashboard, and we're going to click on settings. We're going to go to roles, and I'm going to explain this to you. So there's public events. Anyone can see your events. Visitors can see your events, everyone. So if I create an event, it goes on my event index page. The event is searchable from the URL. You don't have to be signed in to see it, but if you're signed in, anyone can see it. That's public events. Private events are all of your members, no matter their membership, are able to see an event. Also, only certain members are able to create a new event or manage events, and that's edited right here in the roles. You can see administrator and contributor. But this is, events are members only. Then there's restricted. Restricted is that only certain members are able to even view the event. And what's different between private, I'll just open this box too while I go, and restricted. So public and private both have contributor and administrator, and that's about who can access things on the back end. But restricted has a new field called reader, and this is people who can even access events. You can even see it. So I could be on Penguin Club, and maybe I'm a VIP member, but if the VIP membership doesn't have reader access, oh, oops, gotta add it up here. So if the VIP membership doesn't have reader access, I won't be able to see it. If only the super secret membership can see events, that's how it is. Or maybe you want only these 3 memberships to see the events. And you should say, if you want to see the events, you have to upgrade from a basic membership to a lifetime or to a monthly membership, one of the paid memberships. So it's all a bit confusing. I know. It makes a lot of sense once you get into it. What's great about all of this is just how granular you can get. I've only showed you global settings. You can actually go into each individual content piece in a content type and assign permissions. And always remember, it's always positive permissions. So people should start as a member with a certain amount of permissions, and then you add permissions on. And that's how you can kind of build a complex membership organization or complex, ability to run your organization. Everybody has one login to one place, and they can all do different things. It's like a well-engined or well-oiled engine. So that's permissions. I'll just check right here to see if anybody has any questions. Feel free to put it in the chat. I'm happy to go over it, but I think that stuff's a little bit boring. If you need help setting up your permissions for your space, I'm here as a resource. We have other people as resources. We have a support team. We can help you do it. We can help you understand how to customize it for you. The next part of the webinar is we're going to be designing a membership base. So I made this cute little Penguin Club member landing page yesterday, kind of outlining some of the memberships, highlighting some upcoming events, and just using different pieces of our page designer functionality. I wanted to use the rest of the time as an opportunity to give you guys some design tips and show you how I make things go from good to great. So I'm just going to pull this aside, and we're going to just try to redesign this page. So we're going to go over here into content, and we're going to go to the pages module. Something really exciting that's happening later today is we're actually moving the home page from design to pages, and then I'll just have a little check mark here and tell you which home page you have. That way you can have all of your design in one spot, and it'll make your life a lot easier moving forward. So I'm just going to click add a page, and we're going to name it Penguin Club Membership. I'm going to have some water. And we're going to turn comments off and title off. No notification recipients. And then we're going to get designing. So I'm just going to go over here. I'm going to throw some layouts in just so I have a little bit of space to work with. And I'm going to kind of come up with a header. So it's going to be like Penguin Club at the top. I'll replace this with the image that I have in the other one, and I'll show you how I got that, but I'm just going to kind of put it as a holding spot. And then I'm going to think about the design. So it's really a blank slate. How do I want this to look? So in my other design, I kind of have a little bit of information here with like a picture on the right. So I'm just going to add 2 slices. I'm going to make this slice smaller, maybe a little bit bigger. On this one, I'm going to do the same thing. Add a slice. I'm going to make this one smaller, maybe a little bit bigger. And I'm going to say like our mission. I'm just going to put some stuff in here for notes. Why become a member. I'll just delete this because it's going to have a picture. And then below, I'm going to make this one blue because penguins love blue. And this is going to be show all the memberships. So I'm going to do that. Add another slice. All right. So it's going to be basic, nestling, VIP, and super secret. And then below it, I'm going to be like, ooh, we got a lot of events, but you can't see them unless you're a member. And I'll just do upcoming events and maybe show 3 of them. And then in order to get 3 to look good, you kind of have to just play around with the padding. Oh, perfect, there it is. And then maybe we'll do some surprise content below, but we don't need all these boxes. So I'm just going to go in here and I'm just going to delete some of these slices that I just added because it will stress me out when I'm designing. So super easy, bare bones. You know, how do you go from this to a great landing page? I'm going to share some of my design resources with you. So I'm actually writing a blog about some of this stuff, and we'll make sure to send it out to everybody in the coming weeks. But I use a couple different platforms to get design inspiration. One of the easiest ones for, I think, anyone to adopt is Canva. Let me just exit out of this. Oh, no. Here we go. What is going on? All right, let me just go to my normal Canva. Internet these days. Oh, I have to log in. So let me just log in. Here we are. So Canva is great because it can just inspire you. You can just kind of look at stuff. And maybe I just want to look at some flyers. Flyers are sometimes good inspiration. You can open up a thing here, or you can, I'll open stuff too. And you can just kind of see, you know, some cool stuff out there. Find new ways to put words together. Just get some design tips in general. I think it's important. As a designer, I do this constantly. I just kind of look around and I'm like, oh, that color looks nice on that color, or oh, that looks like that photo has a filter on it. Maybe I should put a filter on my photo. I like the way that these 2 colors look next to each other. That's a great idea for web design. It's a good clash. So you can come here and you can kind of get some inspiration. So I came to Canva and I wanted to find little fish logos because I wanted to have a logo on top of my Member.buzz. Oh, didn't mean to click that. I wanted to have a logo on top of my membership. And so I have Canva Premium, but there's a lot of free things on Canva, but you can just come in here, delete everything, and you can just go to elements. And then I typed in penguin. Penguin. Cute, cute, all of these super cute. You just come in here, bring it to the side. Sorry, excuse me. You can change the color. And then what's cool is when you download it, you can download it with a transparent background. And so it will really just be an asset on its own that you can put on your website. So I did that yesterday. And I'm going to go back to my Pages dashboard, and I'm going to press insert an image. And I actually did that with some font and some cute little fishies and stuff. But I downloaded Penguin Club in this cool font that I've used in the past. And I just thought it would bring some pizzazz. We're also releasing a whole bunch of new fonts. We're figuring out which ones we want to add to the platform. And so you'll be able to kind of have this in the platform, but sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of graphic design as well. So I'm just going to move this up. And then we're just going to keep that there. So Penguin Club is going to be at the top. And then why become a member? I'm going to fancy this up a little bit. I'm going to change the font to this dark blue, maybe make it 20, no, maybe a little bit more, like 25 or 30. Yeah, I'll do 25. I like to add these little things in front of it. Sometimes you can add lines wherever you want. But I like to do that. And then I'm gonna just make the color like a little light blue. Okay. And then when you're designing, sometimes you don't exactly know the words that you want to use, but you know that you'll figure that out later and you kind of just want to get the design down. So I just use this lorem ipsum generator. You can just Google lorem ipsum, or you can use any other filler text. And then I'm just going to strip the formatting first. So I just put it in my search bar and copy and paste. And then I'm going to just put it here. And then I'll make this maybe 18. I think 18 is good, and I like it blue. And then I'm going to insert an image. I found this image on Canva as well. We have a whole bunch of design resources that I recommend, and I can send them out after the call. But yeah, that looks cute. So I just want them to like think about becoming a member. I don't want to do any calls to action yet. So that looks good so far. And then I'm going to do the next one, our mission. So I'm going to make it look similar to this. It's good to remember, you know, what size it is. Make sure you're in text. So that one was 25. And then I did a 30 with the highlight thing. So 25, add this, make it blue, make it big. And then I'll also grab this lorem ipsum that I shipped the text from, and I'll make that 18, I believe. Great. So that's that. And then I got another little image from Canva. It's like a little heart. And what's really cool is once you upload an image into Member.buzz, it always stays in your files, and you can kind of go and use it either in multiple places or however you like. All right. And then I'm going to talk about the membership. So I have not put the color I want to use in the Member.buzz or in the Penguin Club colors yet, which is honestly silly of me. But if you add custom colors, you can you'll always have them up here at the top. These are always going to be your custom colors. So if you add them in the design tab, that's where they'll be. But for now, I'm just going to add this custom color on my own, and that's going to be the background. And then I used 18 above right here, and I think just to keep things consistent, I'll make the heading 18 and I'll make it center. So I'll do that for everything. And you can see the text automatically goes to white when I make a dark background, which is really nice in terms of design, just so you don't lose what you're working on. And I'm going to get some more of that lorem ipsum. Just have it right there. I'm just going to paste it in here. Okay. And then I'm going to add a picture up there, and I'll do a button below. So let me just paste it all in, and then I'll fix the formatting in a second. So that's that. And then I'm going to go to the center, and I'm going to do insert. And the basic one, I have a little penguin. Let me find it. There it is. Cute guy. And this one I'm going to add. I'm going to be honest, I actually don't like the one that I found for that. So let's go to Canva and let's get a new one. Let's see. We'll make it a fish. So here's that thing that I showed you before. And let's type in fish. I want to keep it like line-like. I want it to be similar to the others. This one looks pretty basic. I wonder if that will look good. I'm going to make it the same color. And then I'm just going to pull it. See, it's the same thing. It's like not big enough. Maybe if I go this way. Doo-doo-doo. Nice. I don't know if that's gonna look silly. Let me get one more to try out. I want like a chubby guy. This is one of the ones that I'm using. And this is the other one I'm using. Not really like that. Let's do this one. This one's cool. Really pretty. La la la. All right, so now I'm just going to press download. It's page 18. I don't want to download all the pages, so I'm just going to click on page 18. And I'm going to do transparent background. And we're going to press download. And it's preparing my design. Fantastic. There it is. It pops up. Let me just grab it from my download file. And I'm going to drag it over here to the Penguin Club. So right here, press insert image. All my other images were already uploaded, but I'm going to upload this one. It's going to show up at the bottom because it's the newest one. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to press OK. Let's see. I might have clicked out before it uploaded. Oops. Oh, that's fine. This image is acting weird. Let's try to insert it again. Oh no, not a slide spanner. Insert an image. Let's just upload it again. Maybe something happened. There it is. Great. I'll come back to the formatting for that. We'll do the next image here. It's a little fish. Okay. And then it's like a chubby goldfish. So cute. I think it's this one. When it's a really light image. Nope, it's not. Sometimes it doesn't show up here, so I think that maybe we should make this dark and light mode. There it is. So fun. This is so great. All right, so I'm just gonna center everything. Something that you can do to ensure all of your images will look good next to each other is make them the same size up here in the image thing. I'll just do that quickly. I love this goldfish. It's so cute and chubby. And then I'm just going to center everything. So click on it, center, click on it, center, click on it, center. Cool. And then basic, center that, bring this up. Make sure this is 14. Oh, maybe 16. Do we like this? Okay, and then cool. So we're going to have all of our membership types here. They look pretty cool. And then we're going to add a button call to action. I'm also just going to center this text so it looks better. So we'll add buttons for each of these. So we're just going to go to the insert button and I'll make the text white so you can see it. I do like that black button. If you do custom colors in here, you can have your button be a custom color. And I'm going to say learn more or register. Same thing here, insert button, make the text white. Oh, oops, I deleted it. Insert button, text white, register. Great. Insert button, text white, register center. Woo! Register. And then we're going to say by invitation only. Invitation only. Please don't judge me if I spell something wrong. It is my greatest weakness. And then we're going to center that. Cool. That looks really good. And then we're just going to come down to this upcoming event. I'll make this blue like the other headers. I chose this blue. I'm going to do, I think, 25. And I'm going to say members only. In black, and make it smaller. So it's like kind of like, ooh. Sometimes you got to do it twice. And bold that. And then yesterday I found some really cute penguin photos on the internet, and I hope you all enjoy them as much as I did. Here they are, and there's some fun event names that go along with it. So that's the first one. Insert this image. Oh my God, this one is so cute. All right. Okay. Cool. So then I can just name these events. I can do the little thing that I did before, and I go fish eating contest. Contest. And then I'll do slip and slide. Or yeah, slip and slide into September. I cracked myself up. And then we'll do family picnic day. Great. Come over here, gives you some style. As you can see, I use our default font for this stuff, but you don't have to. You can go crazy. You can use some other fonts. Just try to keep it consistent. You know what I mean? It's good to always have consistency across your platform. Building a brand, that's how people are gonna kind of recognize you. All right, make this 20, make this like that highlight color. This is gonna be that normal color. So cute, looks so good. And then just gonna try to finish super quickly so we can have some time for questions. All right, delete that, that's looking good. And I'm gonna press create. All right, Penguin Club memberships, let's take a look. There it is, we're the Penguin Club. Become a member, a mission. I think I will add some space at the top and bottom of this. Upcoming events, and I also might make this like a light blue. So let's just do that really quick. Let's find a color that I was using here. This color, but lighter. Nice. It's like a periwinkle. It's my favorite color. Go back to the page dashboard, and you just go layout, slice color, custom color. Okay. Oh, I'm loving it already. Slice color, this custom color, it's already saved. Custom color, and then add that spacing. So I can just come in here and I can just insert a layout slice above. Delete that. And I'll do that as well below. You can also add just some spaces with your space bar as well. There we go. Some color. Oh my god, it's gonna look so good. Great. I'm just gonna press save. And we're gonna go over here. I already did that, and we're just gonna press refresh. Ooh, so good. I noticed that this is not centered. I forgot to do that. So I'll just run back in here, do it real quick. If anybody has any questions, feel free to put it in the chat. I am also available by email, and I'm available to do one-on-one trainings where I can help you design your space. We have a whole design team that can help you with logos, call to action, marketing, whatever you need. We're here to make sure that you succeed and you feel like your space can thrive on the Member.buzz platform. Let's do one more refresh. Ba-bam, there it is. Here is our membership about page. It's really easy to do. Super important to kind of have those little tidbits of making people want to sign up. It's important to have user journeys, flow people through. I would just click, this button would go to our register button, get people to sign up, get people to spend money on your space, and kind of grow your organization. We are here to provide the tools and the backend support and the backend functionality so you can have a thriving membership organization on Member.buzz. My name is Madison. I do a webinar every about once a month. Happy to do more. If you ever have any feedback or suggestions, I'll be individually emailing you later with the webinar recording. Thanks so much for joining, and have a wonderful rest of your day.